I'm 94 years old. There are 5 things in your kitchen right now that are stealing years from your life. And the worst part? Somebody sold them to you with the word healthy on the package. My name is Opal June. My mother made it to 98. My grandmother, 91. 3 generations of women in my family, all past 90. None of us followed a diet plan. None of us listened to a commercial. We ate what came from the land, and we left the rest alone. But I had a friend named Betty, grew up 2 houses down from me. Same town, same church, same Sunday dinners. Betty and I did everything together for 60 years, but our kitchens were different. She listened to the food companies. I listened to my mother. Betty is gone. I'm still here. At her funeral, I decided never to be careless about what I put in my mouth. And the difference between her life and mine comes down to 5 things she kept eating that I stopped. I'm going to tell you what they are. I'm not a doctor. I can't promise what works for me works for everybody. But I'm 94 and I cook my own breakfast every morning. That's got to count for something. The first one is margarine, the fake butter. Back in the 60s and 70s, they started telling us butter was bad, clogging our arteries, killing our hearts. They said, throw it out. Buy this new spread in the plastic tub. And everybody did. Betty was one of the first. Threw her butter right in the trash. Bought that tub with the big letters on the front. Heart healthy, right there on the label. She felt good about it, thought she was protecting her family. My mother looked at that tub and said, I don't know what that is, and it's not coming in my kitchen. She cooked with butter and lard until the day she died, at 98. Clear mind, strong heart, never changed a thing. I stayed with my mother's way, not because I understood the science, because I trusted a woman who raised 10 children on a farm and never once needed a doctor to tell her how to cook. Betty used that spread for over 20 years. Her heart gave out at 72. She followed every direction on that tub, and it failed her. Now here's what gets me. The researchers are coming around. The doctors are coming around. They're starting to say what my mother knew 70 years ago. The real thing was never the problem. The replacement was. Real butter, olive oil. That's what I use. Nothing else touches my pan. Now pay attention to this next one, because it's in every kitchen I've ever walked into. The second one is that store-bought bread, the kind in the plastic bag that stays soft for 2 weeks. My grandmother made bread. Flour, water, salt, yeast. 4 things. You could hold them all in one hand. Last year I was at my granddaughter's house, picked up a loaf from her counter, turned it around. I counted over 30 ingredients, 30 in bread. I couldn't say half those words out loud, and if I can't read it, What is my body supposed to do with it? Here's how you know the difference. My grandmother's bread went stale in 2 days. That's how you know it was real. If your bread sits on the counter for 2 weeks and nothing happens to it, something in there is keeping it alive that shouldn't be. Women I grew up with, the ones who ate that factory bread their whole lives, they had stomach trouble, bloating, heaviness after meals. They blamed it on age. It wasn't age. It was the bread. I eat toast every morning, but I know what's in it. If you can't say every word on that label, put it back on the shelf. Stay with me. The next 3 are the ones that matter most, and the last one is going to sit with you for a while. The third one is those frozen dinners, plastic trays, microwave. 3 minutes and supper is ready. That's what they tell you. My granddaughter brought me one a few years back. Sweet girl, trying to help. Grandma, you don't have to cook tonight. 3 minutes and it's done. I thanked her, waited until she left. Then I turned that box around. Sodium so high the number didn't make sense to me. Ingredients that sounded like they belonged in a laboratory, not a kitchen. I threw it away and made myself some eggs. Now let me tell you what those meals did to Earl. One winter I got sick, couldn't cook for about a week. So Earl went to the store and bought a stack of those frozen trays. Ate one every night, 6, 7 days straight. By the end of that week, his face was puffy. His hands were swollen. He was tired in a way that sleep couldn't fix. 1 week, that's all it took. 1 week and I could see it in his body. If it comes in a plastic tray and somebody in a factory made it 6 months ago, that is not supper. Your body knows the difference, even if you don't. The fourth one is the one I carry guilt about. Sugary drinks, soda, bottled juice, sweet tea from the store. Earl loved his sweet tea, not the kind I brewed on the stove with real leaves, the kind from the bottle with the pretty label. He'd have one with lunch, one with supper. Hot days, maybe a soda in between. I watched that man slow down, year after year. His belly grew. His energy disappeared. He'd sit down after supper and fall asleep before I finished clearing the table. I didn't connect it for a long time. Thought it was age. Thought it was work. Then the doctor gave him a warning. Not a diagnosis, a warning. That same night I went through every cabinet in that kitchen, every bottle of soda, every jug of sweet tea, every carton of juice that said natural on the front, but had more sugar in it than a piece of candy. I threw it all out. Earl fought me on it for about a month. Then he stopped fighting because he felt the difference. He woke up easier. His belly went down. He had energy past 7 o'clock for the first time in years. I wish I'd done it sooner. I saw what it was doing to him, and I stayed quiet too long. That's my regret. Liquid sugar is the sneakiest thing on this list. You don't chew it, so your mind doesn't count it, but your body counts every drop. Water, tea you brew yourself. That's all you need. This last one is the one that haunts me. The fifth one is processed deli meat. sliced ham, bologna, turkey from the plastic package. We had potluck dinners at church once a month. Every woman at that table brought sandwiches made with that deli meat. Cheap, easy. Nobody questioned it. I brought something different, and I remember the teasing. There goes Opal, too good for a ham sandwich. They laughed. I let them laugh. Over the years, that circle of women got smaller. Heart trouble, cancer. One by one, those chairs emptied out. I sat at that potluck table for decades and watched it happen. I'm the last one from that group. I don't say that to brag, Lord, no. I say it because it sits heavy on me. I wish I'd opened my mouth back then. I wish I'd said something. But nobody listened to the woman who wouldn't eat the sandwich. If you can't tell what animal it came from, if you can't look at it and know what it is, if it was shaped in a factory and sealed in plastic, leave it on the shelf. So that's all 5. Margarine, factory bread, frozen dinners, sugary drinks, deli meat. 5 things Betty ate, 5 things I didn't. I stood at her funeral 22 years ago, and I made myself a promise. If my grandmother wouldn't recognize it, it does not go in my body. I've kept that promise every day since, and I'm still here. Go home tonight, open your kitchen, turn those packages around, read the back, not the front. The front is where they put the pretty words. The back is where they hide the truth. I'm not asking you to change everything tonight. I'm asking you to stop trusting a label more than your own common sense. My kitchen has 5 things in it, and I know every one of them by name. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got my tea brewing, and that porch isn't going to sit on itself.